The long tail cast on is the most basic cast on in knitting. And the first thing that you need to know is how many stitches you need. You can measure out how much yarn you need by, let's say that you need 40 stitches. So you give yourself a little tail on the needle, wrap your yarn around 10 times, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Give yourself another little tail and pull it off. And what you're gonna do is take this 5 times, if you need like 50 stitches, 3, 4, 5. That's about how much you're gonna need for the cast on. Normally, a knitter would make a slip knot when starting the cast on. I don't particularly like that method. It makes that first stitch a little different from the others. So what I like to do is I will make a loop, a pretty big one, about yay big, and I'm gonna put it in this hand, in my left hand, and I'm gonna hold it with my 3 bottom fingers, just like that, and then I'm gonna stick my thumb and index finger inside the loop and make a triangle. Put your needle on top of that top piece of yarn, and you're gonna scoop it up in a clockwise direction. And that puts 1 stitch on your needle. Then hold that needle, that stitch still, and pull your hand back like this, and you make a slingshot. So this is where you start putting your remaining stitches on the needle. Holding that stitch still, you're gonna come over here to this yarn, the farthest piece of yarn from your thumb. You're gonna pick it up, and then you're gonna go over to your first piece of yarn on your index finger, and you're gonna go all the way around it and underneath, and you're gonna pull it through the hole of your thumb, and then let go with your thumb and index finger. You made your second stitch. Show you that again. You go under the yarn on the farthest part of your thumb, then you go over the first piece of yarn on your index finger, and then you pull it through the hole of your thumb, and you got a stitch there, and just let your thumb go. You don't want to pull the stitches super tight whenever you're casting them on. You want to make them like snug to your needle, but not like, don't like yank on them and make them super tight. So here it is in fast motion. Under, over, and through. Under, over, through. Under the farthest part of the thumb, over the closest piece of the index, and pull it through the hole. After you really figure it out, probably like 10 or so stitches, you'll be flying through it. Again, don't make these stitches super tight, but you do want to make them snug to your needle. And that's how you do the long tail cast on.